championship is presented by the Capital One Cup. Learn more and check the standings at CapitalOneCup.com.
Here in Columbus, first round action, Ohio State now up by 16, 5:31 to go. And the 4 seed looking to move on and take on the 5 seed Georgia Tech. Yellow Jackets beat Bowling Green in our first game. So the Jackets await the winner of this one. And that one out of bounds. It'll be Buckeye basketball. And not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but Tennessee on the top side of this bracket is the 1 seed. They await the winner of the 8-9 Texas-Marquette matchup. And Marquette has already won that game. So you have Marquette and Tennessee, and who knows, maybe in the Sweet 16 it will be Ohio State and Tennessee, as we talked about earlier, but still a lot of basketball left, a lot of games left. Oh, nice cut to the goal there, Allison Jackson.
Again, yeah, that kind of talent coming off the bench, able to make a play as the shot clock is running down. Excellent by Allison.
Well, that's what we talked about. So Tennessee, a winner in blowout fashion over Stetson. Marquette, the 8 seed, able to sneak past Texas. And then our region, it's Georgia Tech, a winner, and they await the winner of this one.
UCF hasn't really been able to free themselves up for those open jumpers like they enjoyed at the beginning of the second half.
Lead pass a little far for Wiley, and now they'll back it out.
Oh, Knights charged with a tough task to come up here to St. John Arena and beat the number 4 seed Ohio State Buckeyes, and they, for the better part of this afternoon, have put on a pretty good show.
That bucket ends an 11-0 run. Yeah, there's a similar feel to our first game. Bowling Green kept a little tighter, but you just feel as though down the stretch, the more talented team, in that case Georgia Tech, just kind of imposed its will and wore down Bowling Green. Kind of the same story here.
I think there's no question about it, because when you're in trouble and you can throw the ball to Chantel Lavender, she makes up for a lot of mistakes on the offensive end.
Nice move to the rim by Asia Patrick. She's got 8.
UCF not at the point where they need to start fouling quite yet. Maybe that was my announcer's jinx.
Immediate timeout.
3:01 to go in this one. Ohio State has it in control. Knights down by 14. Ohio State, the 4 seed, out of the Big Ten. They got 5 teams in this 2011 NCAA tournament. The Big East, like the men's side, with 9 teams. Big 12 with 7, ACC with 6. So, all right, step back for a second. If you have 68 and 64 without the aid of a calculator, 132 teams between the men and the women, 20 of 132 out of the Big East.
That speaks to the dominance, not only the number of teams, because they do have 16, but just the dominance of that conference and how strong through both regular seasons, both men and women, the conference has been. You know, you look at UConn, of course, the overall favorite, the #1 team in the nation, but West Virginia,
Notre Dame.
You know, you even have DePaul. Louisville was in a national championship a few years back. So that, just like on the women's side, Big East flexing their muscles. Oh, Boston College used to be in the Big East, though, didn't it?
It's funny, I still, to some extent, think of BC as a Big East team.
I think most people do, except for the people at BC. It's kind of strange to see that.
drive, but they're in close, couldn't hit. Fans wanted a foul. 3 on the way, Wiley, and that'll go. And now it's a 10-point game. And a steal there. Feed underneath, Daniels, and it's an 8-point game.
UCF with the full court pressure.
Jim Foster calls timeout. Danae Daniels with 11.
Jim Foster's hot about something. He's trying to get them to protect his players, but they've got to move up the floor a little bit against that pressure. Johnny left the guards out to dry that last time. UCF taking advantage.
Well, after our game here on ESPN2, stay tuned for college basketball scoreboard. Trey Wingo, Carol Lawson, Carolyn Peck. And then at 4, we'll have St. John's going up against Texas Tech or other regional action. It's a 2:14 to go. Yeah, Jim Foster was about as animated as we have seen him on the sideline and in the huddle just there as the 14-point lead whittled down to 8. Pressure on Perhalis, who's got to call timeout.
Perhalis screaming at Allison Jackson, telling her, you've got to get open. And they're not coming to the ball with a lot of authority right now. Watch Samantha get stuck here along the baseline, and she's motioning, come on up, and they're not moving and leaving her to hang out to dry. Luckily they had a timeout, so didn't force another turnover, but Ohio State has to be more aggressive coming to the basketball.
Here in Columbus, 2:09 to go in this one. Central Florida and Ohio State, the 13 seed trailing the 4 seed. John Shambi, Stephen Bardo, thanks for joining us here from St. John Arena. Buckeyes have led just about the entire way. And the winner of this one will move on to take on the 5 seed Georgia Tech in the second round. Yellow Jackets a winner earlier against Bowling Green. So right here, Perhalis fouled. She will go to the line, and she'll shoot 1 and 1. That last foul on Patrick, her 3rd. And a rebound pulled down by UCF, and they can cut into that 8-point deficit.
Getting a little interesting here. The Knights showing some life here.
Oh, great move. Oh, she couldn't finish. Asia Patrick. That would have been huge, cutting it down to 6.
And that's the type of plays that you've got to finish if you want to pull off the upset. See right there, Taylor Hill, one person fast break, breaking all the pressure herself.
Perhalis at the rim and 1. That may be the dagger.
Boy, she was determined, John, to get this one off. Around the world with the bump of the hole. A little frustration there. I like the passion and the fire from Samantha.
Some blood on her leg. Perhalis a chance to add to her 18 points. Got 10 assists as well, her 16th career double-double. She had a triple-double earlier this year against Northwestern. Got to get after it here quickly for Central Florida. And Schulze the board. Perhalis.
Nate Daniels, it's a good drive. You don't have to settle for the 3. Maybe now they have to after that possession, though. and close the deal.
An 11-point game, 51.9 seconds to go. So it looks like UCF will go down to defeat here in Columbus. The champs out of Conference USA. They had won 11 in a row coming in. Schulze rebounds her own miss.
As long as Ohio State can hit their free throws, they should win this one. Not due to lack of effort from UCF. They could easily stop playing here, but the pressure got a couple steals and made things interesting down the stretch.
Jim Foster's team going to move on to the second round and take on Georgia Tech. Jim Foster saying his team right now playing by far their best basketball. Won the Big Ten tournament.
Well, tip your hat to Joy Williams and her UCF Knights. They came into a difficult task in Columbus and fought hard the whole way.
Get the foul on Lavender, her third.
Danae Daniels shooting 2.
Well, Danae Daniels, 4 of 11 from the field, but 12 points, 10 rebounds. That's an effort game right there. Tremendous pursuit of the basketball, giving her teammates extra opportunities.
UCF put up a gallant fight here in this one. 24.7 to go. Joy Williams in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Her team coming in 22-10, but this is one of those going the program measuring stick type of games, and they can see in Ohio State the type of teams that they'll be going up against if they continue to get into the big dance.
And it's a great learning experience from the standpoint of understanding that at this level you can't make careless turnovers. It's a small margin of error when you're trying to come in and beat one of the better teams in the nation.
Riley with the bucket there, 13.6 to go. Fight for that loose ball, and it'll be UCF basketball. 11-point game, 10.5 to go. It'll be Ohio State and Georgia Tech on Monday night. From the corner, Wiley can't hit, and the rebound pulled down there by Brittany Johnson, and that'll do it. 80-69 the final, and the Buckeyes and Jim Foster are moving on. They were in control pretty much the entire way, and they'll take on the Yellow Jackets Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern, right here at St. John Arena on ESPN2. Jantel Lavender, tremendous. 30 points, 11 rebounds. Her 18th double-double of the year and 75th double-double of her career. So the brackets are set. Second round, the 1 and the 8, Tennessee and Marquette, and the 4 and the 5 advancing, all chalk so far in our Dayton region. Ohio State 80-69, a win here over UCF.